What was the culture before? What did we look like before?
Show them out.
How did we uphold ourselves before? How did the Most High view us before?
Right.
Let's see. Read. So-called Latinos. Our culture used to be something completely different than what it is today. Today is shake that ass. Today is bust it open for a real nigga. Today is hit it and quit it. Today is busting an op, split a nigga head open because he from a different set. That's the culture today. What was the culture before? Matter of fact, give me I want to hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. What was the culture before? What did we look like before?
Show them out.
How did we uphold ourselves before? How did the Most High view us before?
Right.
Let's see. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above,
He said above
all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So how did we fall from grace? He said we were supposed to be a special, a chosen, a separate, sanctified people. There was a standard. Matter of fact, we were the standard.
That's right.
We were supposed to be the standard of what living right, of what living royal looked like. Somebody tell me how we became niggas, bad bitches. Somebody tell me how this happened. How is that now the thing? How is it? How did we go from what is the word? Modesty. How did our women go from modesty, respecting themselves,
Right.
self-worth,
Yep.
to I got this wet ass pussy?
That's right.
How did we go? We once respected ourselves,
That's right.
but now we think it's okay. I'm gonna rap about my vagina.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell every man that this right here is fire. So that's probably all that you got that's worth something.
Right. Bring it
We
out.
gonna call a
Ash.
spade a spade. Because if that's what you want to rap about, if you telling me that, so you just I want to flaunt my vagina. I want to flaunt that it gets so wet so every man can have sex with me.
Talk
My
about
thing
it,
is, as a woman, you should want to respect yourself
That's
to
right.
not want to sleep with a bunch of men.
That's right.
Am I tripping?
Nope.
Right.
Somebody tell me about tripping.
Tell them. Keep it real.
It's so funny. It's this meme, and it's so crazy. We got like a lot of memes and stuff, and it's all for jokes. But listen to this analogy that was given. It's a picture. It says her. I don't understand why men can go around and sleep around, and he's considered a legend. But a woman does it, and she's considered a hoe, right? And then it has a picture of an old, wise Asian guy. And it says, when you have a key that can open many locks, it's called the master key. But if you have a lock that every key can open, it's called a shitty lock. So, as a woman, you probably don't want to let every man's key into your lock. You should want to value yourself and say, I'm not sleeping. I'm not going to sleep around with all these men. And that's what's so crazy. It's like our culture is
Bring it out.
hypersexualization.
That's right.
Our culture is killing one another.
That's right.
When the scripture said we were supposed to be the standard of amazing. We were supposed to be the standard of royalty.
That's right.
So what happened? Give me Psalm 82. Oh, it's the 83. No. 83. You know what I'm talking about, 83 and 1, right? It started 1, read that. Yeah, 83, read that.
The book of Psalms chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
Read.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Now, why I want you to pay attention to this. You ain't hear nothing else. Pay attention to what's being said. It said they done came together. They done took crafty counsel. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let's get rid of their culture. Let's get rid of who they are. Let's beat it out of them. However we gonna do it. But they can't know who they are. Read.
Right.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So it says, so they don't even remember that they the chosen. See, we come out here and talk to our people
That's
every
right.
week. They look at us like we stupid. I'm like, read the scriptures. It said the children of Israel gonna go through these particular curses. You don't see none of them fake Jews that claim that they Jews going through them curses.
Right.
Scriptures say that the Jews look melanated. Them fake Jews ain't, they red as hell.
Bring it out.
Right.
But people look at us like we tripping. Give me Job 9:21. People look at us like we all one. Y'all chosen. Y'all God's chosen seed. But with knowing that, we're also to be held at a higher standard on how we deal with ourselves. We ain't supposed to eat certain things because it's toxic to our bodies. We ain't supposed to let him roll by.
Damn.
He's trying to get it. We ain't supposed to be eating certain things. We ain't supposed to be partaking in certain activities. Most High said, I chose you to be special. I'm holding you to a higher standard. Don't act like everyone else. Think about it. But look at our people. We happy with what we got because we don't know who we are. Watch this. Job 9:21.
You said, why y'all don't got your mask on?
That's she asking.
You said, why don't we have our mask on? You're asking, where's our mask? We ain't worried about our mask. The Most High is our covering.
That's right.
Ain't none of us been sick. And we've been out here doing this system. You gotta have where your faith at, sis. Read that Job 9:21 for me.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 21. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul.
He said, even if I was perfect, I was amazing. But I didn't know who I was. Read.
I would despise my life.
I wouldn't have a regard for myself. Again, look at our culture. And how many of us know our history? How many of us know who we are? Say it again, brother.
Job 21.
You on Job 9:21 right now? Okay. All praise. And that's the thing. That's why it's important to know who you are. Because look at our culture. Now, why is it that not only is our culture the most destructive, but it's the most advertised? And it's only to us. Perfect example. You can talk about killing a nigga all you want. Rick Ross did a song. He put a line in there that was long love. He said, I put Molly all in her drink. She ain't even know it. We can't talk about date raping on women and stuff, but you want to talk about killing a nigga, by all means. You want to sell dope to a nigga or a mesky, by all means, do what you do. Why is our culture so destructive? It's just because we don't know who we are.
Right. That's
He
right.
said, though I was perfect, but I didn't know who I was, I would despise my own life. We have no regard, because it's like, well, shit, we came from slaves, look at us now.
The book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
He said, what's going on? He said, go back and read your history. Because here's the thing, if all you know is slaves, if all our Hispanic brothers know is that they was out in the field picking fruit, getting conquered by the Spaniards, if all niggas know is they was picking cotton and tobacco, then well, hell, this is way better than that.
That's right.
But what were we before that? We got put in that position because we wasn't living right. We got put in that, matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 28:68. We got put in that position by the Most High because we decided to hell with what the Most High said. We want to move this way. We want to follow everybody else. We want to be Catholic. We want to be Muslim. We want to be modern day Christians. We want to be Buddhists. And the Most High said, don't do that. But now look at us. Read that. What I tell you to get? Deuteronomy 28:6-15 first. Give me 15. We always got to put it in context.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
68. So he said, if you don't keep my laws, all of this stuff is gonna happen to you. Well, let's be real. We gotta keep it real. The Jewish people, they keep certain aspects of the law, but they big on homosexuality. They big on pedophilia. They ain't keeping these laws, and they breaking the big laws, but they still blessed. You want to know why? Because they're not the chosen.
That's right.
It's the ones. If we read down, if y'all don't do nothing else, brothers and sisters, go read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15, all the way down. Read that and see who the hell that sounds like is happening to. That's what I want everybody. If y'all feel like the Israelites is full of shit, y'all go read it yourself.
That's right.
So y'all can see it, be like, oh wow, that does make a lot of sense. Damn, curse shall thou be in the city, curse shall thou be in the field. Damn, you'll be a proverb and a byword. Damn, your heavens shall be steel, and your what is it called? The floor beneath you shall be like brass. You'll have your evil eye towards your brother. This curse is gonna follow you wherever you go. Man, that don't sound like the Jewish people. Huh. If you don't do nothing else, go read just those couple of verses. What I tell you to get? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Give me Jeremiah 17:4. So the scripture said the nation of Israel is going to go back into Egypt, which when you read the scriptures, it's referred to bondage. You're going to go back into slavery. This time, we're going to put your ass on some ships, some slave ships. And the homeland that you were once in, you're never going to see it again. And that's not talking about Africa.
Nope.
That's talking about Jerusalem. And you want to know why? Because there were going to be other invaders that would now be there. Those people over there right now claiming to be the Jews, it's not them. They are not the real Jews. Scripture say when Israel gets back in the land, they're going to have peace. That land is at war.
That's right.
Not at peace. So the scriptures told you, it said, if you don't keep our laws, these things are going to happen. Slavery being one of them. Jewish people, they go into slavery, and they didn't damn sure they go on slave ships. Who did that happen to? Jewish people today don't look like, as the scripture said, they looked like the Egyptians. They were dark skinned. It ain't them. But I can tell you who do look like that. Give me Jeremiah 17:4 real quick.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
My last scripture, 2 Chronicles 7:14. He said, you ain't gonna have no culture. Like I said, think about this. I've been reiterating this. What is black culture today? Sleeping around with a bunch of females, rap music about killing y'all, rap music degrading our women, whether it be the woman that did it, talking about she got a wet ass pussy, or whether it was a brother that was out there talking about these hoes ain't ish. 7:14. These hoes ain't nothing. Like I said, excuse the language, but I want y'all to really understand. Our culture is, the culture that we have today wasn't what we once had, and it's so destructive. Women talk about, oh, how good my sex is. Do you not, is that all that you have to offer, that you have to brag about it?
That's right.
Do you not respect yourself enough to say, I probably shouldn't be flaunting this? This is supposed to be an intimate,
That's right.
an intimate action with someone that I care about.
That's right.
Not a, what do you call it, a frivolous, recreational activity where I'm opening it up to everybody. I'm opening my matrix to everyone. Anybody who trying to hit, let me in. Like I said, don't be that shitty key. I mean that shitty lock. Letting every key in. If every key can break open your lock, it's time for a new lock. You don't want to be that. Value yourself.
Throw the
Give me
whole
Second
door
Chronicles
away.
7 and 14. I know, right? second.
No good.
Point exactly. You missed the analogy earlier, right? Give me Second Chronicles 7 and 14.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
So, all in all, we got to stop endorsing, stop promoting this destructive black culture that we have today. Because the original culture, the original black and brown culture was all about building. Like I said earlier, we were the standard of royalty. We were the standard of amazement. Now, when you think about black culture, it's over-sexualizing our women, talking about killing our men, smoking weed, doing all possible drugs, Molly, perks, being a zombie. That's the culture. And you also got to remember that programming gets into the people. That's why it's called programming, television programming, even music, audible or audio programming. As you continue to hear it, you got people like Future make that shit look cool to be a drug head. You got what's her name, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, make it sound cool to be a hoe. Go ahead and brag about your pussy, girl.
Right, bring it out.
What? What? No, I'm speaking for shock value. Brag about that pussy. Let them know that this is it, because then everybody gonna want it. You want to. It's okay to be a hoe, right? Hoe culture is black culture. It's unfortunate. We gotta do better. We gotta be better. That's real. And with that, I ain't gonna say shalom because there ain't no peace right now. But it's time for us to wake up and rise. So with that, I'm gonna say Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
I'll let the next brother come on.